we didn't talk to a company. We did the whole thing through Catalyst, and it was weird because there was no CEO or business person. It was the community. We were directly engaging with them, and they were asking questions. We didn't know who was in charge or which things to prioritize. I said, you mean like Bitcoin? They're like, yeah, kind of like that.
Hey guys, welcome back to Library of Wealth. Today we have Cardano founder Charles Hoskinson giving us a very optimistic landscape for Bitcoin and the crypto market this year. Institutional manipulation has been a big issue, and regardless of how strong a crypto or digital currency becomes, if the market is weak, then it's not sustainable. Hoskinson says that institutions are playing a financial game with the global economy. Many investors consider the recent turn of events as historic and massive in size. Hoskinson says that a collapse of a stablecoin or a project exit scam does not mean it's the end of the entire industry, and that the whole point of the crypto market is to restore that lost credibility, trust, and stability in the global money system. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoy the content we do here on this channel. Let's get right into the video.
In 2009, Bitcoin had no value. No one cared about it. A single person or entity. The hash rate would double or triple in a day. When they went on vacation, stopped mining, it would drop dramatically. See how fragile that is. And look at it today. I was in Mongolia not too long ago. Camel herder had it. Think about that. You go to Dubai, you have a king say, we need to make some regulation about that. You have a nation state adopt it. That's incredible. A religion, actually to the Central African Republic. This guy knows. 44 central banks were invited to El Salvador to have that conversation. And that's just the beginning. 10 years ago, we were talking about how do we get PayPal to talk about us? Man, it would be so great if like Larry Page said something. Boy, it'd be really cool if Bill Gates mentioned something. Well, lo and behold, everybody loves Bitcoin and no one likes Bill Gates. I think we won. Matthias mentioned something, Bencourt, the new open source director at the Cardano Foundation, that I thought was pretty cool and pretty special. More than 50% of all the changes in the Vossel hard fork are from SIPs. 50%. Half of all the changes, more than half, are from you, the community. Things that were written, discussed, proposed, back and forth. Where did we get business and technical requirements for things like reference inputs? Well, the Plutus team thought about it, but where'd they get the inspiration? Where'd they have the discussion? From the Cardano DeFi Alliance, from dApp developers, from the Ergo community, from people all about industry. That's how it should work, right? That's decentralization. I just did an interview with Ledger. Ada's coming to Ledger Live. Some people like that. And while talking to them, they said, you know, it was really weird working with Cardano. I say, how's that? Why is that? And they said, well, we didn't talk to a company. We did the whole thing through Catalyst. And it was weird because there was no CEO or business person. It was the community. We were directly engaging with them, and they were asking questions. We didn't know who was in charge or which things to prioritize. I said, you mean like Bitcoin? They're like, yeah, kind of like that. It's like, yeah, that's decentralization. That's how it's supposed to be. Go figure. How messed up is it in 2022 that you have to explain to a blockchain company how decentralization works?
Even though Hoskinson considers the Cardano blockchain the spiritual successor to Bitcoin, he does give credit where it's due. Hoskinson says that the Cardano network is superior because it's not hindered by lapses, thus making it stronger.
That's the sad state of affairs in this industry. That's another reason why we came here to Consensus. We came here to remind people that principles matter. We came here to remind people that decentralization matters. We came here to remind people that it's not about when moon and yields and all these other things. It's about changing the damn world. And how do you do it? You do it with a community. You don't do it with leaders. You don't do it with pyramids. It's a big circle. You do it with all of us together, working together, and each and every person, somehow, some way, with your own wants, needs, desires, opinions, you find a way to converge and get it done because we need to get it done. This world is falling apart. $32 trillion in debt. Every institution lacks honesty. No one believes anything anymore. No one trusts anybody anymore. Every time someone says something, there's always some cynical who says, that can't possibly be true. That's the world we live in today. Cryptocurrencies, blockchain technology, at their core are about hope. At their core, they're about saying that we actually have agency as people. We do not need leaders. We do not need great people. Instead, we can just work together, voluntary, come together and change things together. It can be a new voting system, a new supply chain system. It can be clean drinking water. By the way, there are stake pools doing that very thing in Africa today, right now. It could be about feeding people in your local community. By the way, there are people in Cardano doing that today, in Buenos Aires and other places, right now. It's not hypothetical, it exists, it's here. These people exist. It can be whatever your local problem is. These are tools. They belong to no one, and they're for everyone. That's the power, and why so many people show up when it's 100 degrees outside. It's why so many people come to Austin, Texas, to remind the cryptocurrency space that this is what really matters, what open for business really means. It's a privilege watching it. It's easy to lose hope. You ever been on Twitter? You ever been on Reddit? You ever read some books? Yeah. It's easy to be cynical. It's easy to levy criticism. It's easy to be a pathological complainer. Every day tell people what they're not, what they can't do, what you're allowed to do. It's a hell of a lot harder to say, I've had enough, I'm just going to do it differently, and let's see what happens. That's where our industry came from. Cardano, in many ways, is a spiritual successor. You see, great innovations always stand on the shoulders of giants. A lot of things were beautiful and right about Bitcoin. There were a lot of incredible ideas. The accounting model, UTXO, it's good, but it can be better. So extended UTXO. There's a lot of good principles on how to build things with good security. So the GKL model explained that in a very precise technical way, which gave guidance on how to build a great consensus algorithm, or a Boris. Now we're here. And in many ways, I think Cardano is a spiritual successor to the things that Bitcoin got started. It has many of the same principles of it's leaderless and no one's in charge, and it gets ever more decentralized, and it's growing like a weed. However, it's useful. You can do more with it than just buy, hold, store, and send. 5 million assets you created. Some here, you can talk to the people doing it. Whole worlds and metaverses are being created. ISPs on a blockchain. Anybody see the Dish deal? Think about that, 22 million people, and that's small from where we're going. A nation state has entrusted this ecosystem to the credentials of its youth, the K through 12. Think about that. And that's just the beginning. The real value comes from you. Every person in this audience. You're the ones who on this technology will build the next Microsofts and Googles and Apples. The difference is, instead of don't be evil, it'll be can't be evil. They'll be fair. We hear a lot of political words like equity, fairness, equality. Oh, we need everyone to be equal. These things. Have we ever constructed in history a social system where that's the case? Where the billionaires play by the same rules as the poorest amongst us? No, not until we created cryptocurrencies. This is the first time ever where you, as the users, have the same rights and controls and access as the creators of the system. Forever.
What do you think about Charles Hoskinson's prediction for the global crypto and financial markets? The next few months will be a good indicator as we look to corrections in the cryptocurrency and stocks, as well as how the Federal Reserve plans to map out interest rates for the rest of the year. Comment down below on what you think. Don't forget to like and subscribe. This is Library of Wealth. We'll see you in the next video.